Thinking about leaving your soul-sucking 9 to 5 job, one of the biggest struggles I see people, especially as women, face is the idea of having that safety net, that enticing perks and benefits, and listening to that head trash of what will people think if I leave. I totally get it, and I've been where you are. That's why I created a free guide to help you if you're thinking about putting in that notice. It's called Unlocking Your Exit Plan. Discover 5 things you need to do before leaving your 9 to 5. This guide is filled with worksheets and steps so you will have hand holding along the way. You can download your copy in the link in the show notes, and again, it's totally free. Now back to today's episode. Hey there, let's face it. Today's internet world is so saturated and everyone is fighting for that number one spot to be visible. It is no longer about running ads and having thousands of people on your email list. It is about building relationships and networking with others to grow your business and become visible. Hi, my name is Candace. I'm a podcast launch strategist and I help service-based business owners develop and deliver their message to the world by using platforms like podcasting and bringing valuable content to those who need to hear what they have to say. Welcome to the Hello C.S. Dorsey podcast. Well, hello there. Did you know that there are misconceptions about podcasting? Today, I'm actually going to tell you the 3 misconceptions that are out there about podcasting. Have you ever been on Google or YouTube and you search how to start a podcast? And generally what happens is there's this list. There's this list of the tech. There's a list of things you need. Well, I'm here to tell you that you don't need those. Number 1, the tech. I highly recommend, if you are just starting out podcasting, to use your phone. And I know that might sound like, ew, what if it don't sound right? What if it sounds weird? Well, if you don't have hundreds of dollars to get all the equipment, they have like a soundboard that you can purchase, or they have these boards or these systems that a lot of disc jockey use for like radio and different things like that. That's when you're really up there, you got millions of listeners and you need those things. But just starting off, just being a newbie, use your phone. Later on in the next episodes, I am going to talk about how you can use your phone and what mics that you can use to hook up to your phone to make your podcast sound clear and sound better. Another misconception that we hear a lot is the cost, and the cost could be an accumulative factor of software, tech like I stated, and the microphones also. There are microphones that a lot of people recommend online that cost generally close to over $100. And I'm not saying that not investing in a good mic is bad, which is actually a really good thing. You should definitely invest in a good mic later on because they could be a bit pricey. Now, some of them on Amazon could go for anywhere around $45 to could go up there to like maybe hundreds of dollars. A lot of people recommend the Blue Yeti. The Blue Yeti is a really good mic. I've heard the sound of the Blue Yeti and it's really crystal clear and everything. But my suggestion is before you go out and spend $100 for a mic, you need to be really clear on if this is something that you are going to continue doing. A lot of times what happens is when we start something, we want to do something generally because we see everybody else doing it, or we see that, it's maybe something that you could do or monetize it. But after 20, 25 episodes, a lot of people drop off and stop doing it completely. So what I'm saying is don't invest too much of your money into equipment and software until you get to that point that you're like, yes, this is what I want to do after maybe 20, 30 episodes, you get a lot, getting enough traction, people are asking to be on your podcast, and you're like, okay, now it's time for me to upgrade. Now it's time for me to start having those clear episodes that I need, the sound to be clear and everything. You can grow as you go along. Don't feel like you need to spend a whole lot. You really don't. People who make millions of dollars in their business use their cell phone. I know Jenna Kilcher, she started off using her phone. I think she was recording in her car. Rachel Hollis, when she needs to jump on, do a podcast, she records on her phone as well. Russell Brunson, he records a lot of his episodes on his phone. He actually do a video. And what they do is they break down the audio, they put it on the podcast, and they put the video on YouTube as well. And do you think that some of his episodes are really crystal clear? No. Most of the times he's either outside or he's traveling and he's like, oh, I need to jump on and I need to talk about this. And you can hear the wind blowing. And sometimes, he's coughing like crazy on there sometimes. But it's not even about that. It's about getting your message across. So I want you to think about that. The next thing is the software. There are free software tools out there and distribution tools as well to different channels like Audacity. You can definitely get started for free. Upload your episodes there and they will distribute your podcast out to other channels like Apple, Google. They do Stitcher as well. So there are so many ways to get started, and you don't have to even pay anything or fork a dime or anything to get started. The big thing is just get started. So I hope this was very helpful. Let's do a recap. The 3 misconceptions about podcasting is number 1, the tech, number 2, the cost of it, and number 3, the software. Okay, another thing before I wrap up this episode is if you have a Squarespace account, I'm not exactly sure of the other platforms that you can host, like maybe WordPress or Wix, but I know for Squarespace, because I have a Squarespace account, that you can actually hold your audios on your Squarespace account and they connect to Apple Podcasts as well. So check out the videos, go to the help center and see how to set that up. So when you're just starting and you already have a website platform, look into it. See if there's a way that you can actually just get started with uploading your audios on your website. And that way when people go to your website, they can listen to your episodes directly and see what that looks like, how much the cost and what the storage capacity is, so that you can have something to start off with. Highly recommend that. All right, I hope this was helpful. Have a good day. Hey, did you like this episode? Don't forget to subscribe and share, and also drop me a line or two. I will love to hear your feedback in the review. Thank you.